Greetings gamers, FiOth here, and in this vid I'm bringing you my day one review of Evil Dead the game. As you probably can understand, it's more of an initial impressions vid than an actual finalized review, because the more you play something and understand its intricacies, the more complete your opinion on it can be. I wanted to relay my thoughts, however, because I know some of you really want to know if this thing is worth investing your money in. So I wanted to make this vid as quickly as possible and bring it to you, and of course you will be the judge of whether or not we agree or disagree on the game's quality. So my purpose for getting this game was quite honestly because we're facing a drought of new releases in the following months during summer, and I wanted something to make content on and stream on my channel, the channel you're watching right now, so it wouldn't grow stale during the summer months. And because my demographic is somewhere between 25 to 40 years old, I wanted a game that would vibe with the people watching my vids, people who enjoy Aliens, Terminator, Evil Dead, okay? So I thought I'll just bite the bullet, buy the game, and sit down and test it and see what it's all about. And you know, when you see a game based on an 80s IP and you see the game behind the title, it kinda causes an itch behind your ear, like, yeah, this is not gonna end well. But I was very surprised, guys. I'm gonna start with the obvious, and then I'm gonna move into the longevity aspect of the game and some of its intricacies that I think are not for everyone. So, how does the game function when it comes to its gameplay? It's an asymmetrical PvP game at heart. 4 players play as survivors, and one is the daemon, the Kandarian daemon, that is the dungeon master basically. And the daemon is trying to stop the survivors from getting the tools they need to exorcise the demons. You have to find 3 pieces of a map in order to locate the final place of the Necronomicon and the Kandarian dagger, that is the tool used to defeat demons, so you can go to your final destination, defeat the boss, and clear the stage. It's gonna take anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. 30 minutes is the cap of the duration of an encounter, so if it takes 30 minutes or more, of course the survivors will lose and the demons will win. It's not gonna be strange for slow boiling matches to extend over greater lengths, because if a dungeon master is good and we stumble upon a couple of those people, they can wreak havoc on the level. And the level itself, the level that you see here in the gameplay, is huge. This forest is freaking huge. There are little areas with loot, there are tunnels, there are rivers, there are creeks, there are paths, there are trees, there are campfires, shitload of stuff. It's a very intricate foresty maze that you can explore to find loot, equipment, weapons, upgrade materials, to be stronger in order to defeat the demon and complete the match, or to strengthen yourself as the demon and defeat the survivors. The game never crashed for me. It didn't crash once, and we didn't disconnect once. Granted, it is a cross-play game and we were playing with PCs. This is very commendable. The game is stable, no sound glitches, no graphical glitches apart from the desync of the animations because of the lag, of course, because we're playing with people all over the world. And everything you clicked, everything you pressed functions as intended. I was blown away, people. It's a AA game that costs 40 euros or 60 if you go for the deluxe that gives you the season pass, and it ran flawlessly. Congrats! I applaud the developers for this. Also, matchmaking was fast and effective. 15 to 20 seconds we were in a match. Very fast loading, everything working as intended. The version tested is the PlayStation 5 version. The graphics now, frame rates are very solid, and the game runs smoothly. The assets are obviously of high quality, but the resolution is very low. I think it's not dynamic, but I was looking at 1080p most of the time. 4K is out of the question, like I didn't get a glimpse of UHD. textures in here. As I said, the assets seem to be good, but the resolution is low. I don't know if that was intended, I don't know if they're still optimizing, I don't know if they're gonna patch 1440 in the future or even 4K. But as it stands, it looks kinda blurry. What you're seeing in this vid isn't too far off from what I was playing in my 120Hz 4K television. So frame rate, stability is all fine, but the game is kinda blurry, not very sharp. Comparing this with other AA games, like, you know, on this channel we play a lot of Aliens Fireteam Elite. There the textures are crispy AF. A very sharp image, although the game lacks in some departments, it is very crispy. You can see the resolution running stably. Of course, you will notice some frame rate dips, unlike in this game, but the image is very sharp. Here we're dealing with a kind of blurry image. It's akin to playing Dying Light 2 on performance mode, but I didn't really see any options to switch between. Like the video options were just gamma and brightness, and that was it. And now, because the game allows crossplay across everything, I'm reading that it's even gonna be crossplay with the Switch, for fuck's sake. That's impressive. The demographics gonna be huge. Until it runs out of content and people get all the trophies and unlock all the cosmetics and all that, it's gonna be a really big number of people, because even if only the people in their 30s and 40s buy this game due to nostalgia, it's gonna be a lot of players. And considering the quality of the game, that's actually quite good. I can see this being around for quite a bit of time, unlike some other games in this genre. So the netcode seems clean. We run into some lag here and there, but overall it was an enjoyable experience. And as I said, we didn't get any straying, stuttering, or getting stuck in walls and shit like that. That is very common in these games. We talked about the graphics, let's talk about the sound. Every blow is beefy. It sounds like you're really hurting these fuckers, and the one-liners are legendary. Like, I don't have to tell you that the Evil Dead one-liners are legendary. Ash and the crew are repeating lines from the movies. They're spot on. The voice acting is excellent, very much like the characters we're used to watching and we love, and it's a very wholesome experience. There is a possession mechanic that just passed by your screens right now. If you get possessed, this demon is flashing in front of your eyes for 1 second, really loud, really in your face, and you're gonna shit your pants. We had a lot of laughs on the stream. The game doesn't take itself seriously, but it's not like a comedic approach was used here. It is gory, lots of meat and bones and blood everywhere, but it has that tongue-in-cheek, like, shock humor that we're used to from the movies, and it strikes a very fine balance. I really applaud them for what they did, because if it was strictly comedic, I wouldn't really dig it, and if it was only horror, it wouldn't be The Evil Dead. Like, wouldn't make any sense. Now, when it comes to modes, there is a story mode that's essentially some missions that you complete to earn cosmetics and stuff like that. There is the asymmetrical PvP, and there is asymmetrical PvE, with the survivors being human players and the Kandarian demon being an AI, like a dungeon master, or you can play totally solo and your allies are all AI and the enemies all AI. There is also the ability to get into private lobbies from day one. Amazing! You know, like it was back in 2007 when people knew how to make good PvP experiences. Get into a private lobby, set your rules, get your pals, get some pizza, have some fun. You don't have to wait for 25 months to bring you something as self-explanatory as private lobbies. Good stuff, guys. Now, it is a 40 euros game. There is not a ton of variety here. Please don't grief the devs like the devs of Aliens Fireteam Elite have been grieved for all these months. This game is not like service. I don't think they ever said it's gonna be endless content for 1,000 years. The asymmetrical PvP mode is the core of the experience. It will live or die according to the ability of the players to communicate and make their own fun. There is a shitload of equipment pieces to equip and try. 10 characters, well, half of them is Ash, but with different kits, as like classes, you upgrade them, unlock abilities, and so on and so forth. Different melee weapons, different ranged weapons, power-ups during the missions, and of course the huge map that you can explore, sometimes during the evenings and sometimes during the night. Kinda random environmental conditions and day and night, not cycle, but you get different variations when the map loads. No complaints. I said it was 60 euros if you also get the season pass, that would be in US dollars as well. And I can see this as a very fun diversion. You can jump in, play a couple matches with your friends. I am telling you guys, we were peeing our pants from laughing during the gameplay, especially when I was like scared from the possession mechanic and I would scream into the mic. I will get so many LOLs in the chat, and it was really wholesome and really good fun. And I am very happy with the fact that they created a functional game on day one. You can see me driving here, or it might not even be me, it might be one of the guys I was playing with. Man, even the driving is great. The cars control like freaking cars. You remember Cyberpunk 2077 when it first came out? It was like driving buckets. This small studio made a game that functions crossplay on day one, playing online, and even the cars work. I'm gonna cry, man. It's a very good proposition for the price asked, people. I'm telling you now, I suggest you try this. Sub, like, and share on the channel, hit the notification bell, and go into our Discord. Get together with the people there, and we can make our own freaking fun during the summer months. It's gonna be great. And with the season pass, I can see this getting new content down the way, and it's gonna be very enjoyable. This is not a game that you can play for 1,000 years. It's gonna grow old at some point. It's gonna take a lot of time until it does. If you have good teammates, and of course I suggest you play with people you know so you can communicate. You won't get fucked up Tommy on the other side of the line just running around and be stone drunk and not being able to function. Get some friends, get in there and enjoy the game. It's a very streamlined process, getting from the start of the match to the final fight, using abilities, upgrading your characters, listening to the one-liners, laughing because they're freaking awesome. They never aged, like they aged like fine wine. And you can be here from the beginning enjoying this little game's lifespan. I was very surprised, very pleasantly surprised. Evil Dead, the game, looks like a game that can indeed hold your interest and allow you to have some good fun with friends and sometimes with randoms if you're feeling lucky. And I'm gonna cover it extensively, so stay tuned. Again, sub, like, and share for more content like this. It's been FiOth. If you enjoy my work and have been watching my vids for a long time, consider getting membership on the channel or visit my Patreon. It really helps a lot. Until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection, guys. Cheers.